Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Right, welcome back to my first clip. I've tidied up after last night's devastation. This is the following day. We're back at the same sort of time. It's 4:20 in the afternoon now. What I'm going to be concentrating on is this bit here. Now, I'm going to have to use what I've got because I don't really want to be buying anything else because I already spent quite a bit on this, and this actually isn't a diorama that's going to be used. This is just my springboard off my road to the Rhine, because I think this might end up going to my brother. Well, like the sun went in then for a second. Right, enough of that. So I think I'm going to block this front up to start off with and seal it up, probably with a piece of plastic and some cling film on it so I can actually do the water. I'm going to build underneath here rubble and hardcore, but the thing is, as you can see, I'm coming down on my bricks and I don't really want to buy any more. I'm being tight this time. I've got plenty of bits of steel girder, which I'm going to use in. I've got half a block of Dad's clay, which has been opened, so I'm going to have to use that up. So I think really this centre bit is going to be a little bit of improvisation. I think I'm just going to make it as realistic as I possibly can. To really be honest with you, if I really wanted to make it realistic, I should have built the bridge out of bricks, then broke it up so it's actually sat in the water, but it's not going to work that way, so I think I'm just going to make the best of what I've got. So this is the first clip. This is the bit I'm onto, and I'll just keep coming back and just showing you what I'm doing and how I'm getting on. Like I say, I've got no real plans for this. This is all going to be like I did the far side. It's going to be, we'll stick some on and we'll see how it goes and see what we can make of it. So, but as you can see, I mean, I'm pulling the camera back as far as I can get it now, and it is a big diorama, really. It is a big diorama, and this bit in the middle is the most important bit to really sort of make it look right, even though I'm working with limited materials. But I'm a builder. I'm used to working with limited materials. So, but I want to try. Well, I'm rabbiting on now, but when I build the next one, I want to get that view under the bridge. I really feel that on the next one, it's really got to come up high. I've actually started the other one. I've cut the bait out, which I'm doing clips of, and I shall do all that as one. But as we had some nice weather, I thought I would get the wood cut, get it routed down and sanded and painted, ready for construction work. Anyway, on to the next bit. Right, I've thrown a bit of rubbish under the bridge, a few beams and other bits and pieces. Used up the rest of my clay to try and sort of like simulate plenty of debris underneath there. I've got anything else I can put in there, so I think the rest of it now, well, if I come across anything, I shall add it as I go. So now I'll just leave this to dry, and I'll start putting some colours on, some blacks and some dark blues and greens, and get a sort of like a base colour to it. Then I'll start adding the bricks, but I'll just glue them on the top, and anything else I can lay my hands on to scatter around to make it look like it's debris. So that's this little bit. Right, as you can see, I filled the gap with rubbish. It will be a little bit more different once we get some water on it, but I'm just trying to get, because I noticed if I turn this light on that you could see quite well down the back there, so hopefully you can see I've put bricks and steels and bits and pieces down the back there. I just now need to leave this to dry for a while, and then this area here, I think I might put some sand and gravels and different bits and pieces like that to make the actual bed. The black areas is just to sort of try and give it a little bit of depth. There's a bit of green and blue, everything sort of mixed in there. Just let me turn this light off, because it's difficult moving the camera and holding a light at the same time. So that's where I am now, and I said it last time, I was just going to do a few bits and bobs and call it quits, but I shall continue on for a little while, and I'll come back and do another clip. Alright, just another quick one. Right, been working on the debris under the bridge. I think I'm getting close now to looking like a right pile of rubbish. So, but there's still a little bit more work to do on it, especially down the back there where you can still just see. But it's coming along, and I think once we get the resin over the top of it and a few water effects, I have been thinking, because I've changed my mind about the anti-tank gun that goes here. I'm thinking more probably a 20 centimetre, I think it's 20 millimetre, and 4-barrelled aircraft guns, which I think would probably look better, more as halogen, I think it's halogen. I can never pronounce his name. He suggested anti-aircraft gun, which I'm going with actually. And I thought then what I would do is, because I've only ordered a couple of them Tamiya cheap ones, and I thought about putting the anti-tank gun with maybe these barrels sticking up out of the water, with the water going past it, which I think that would look pretty cool. I could live with that. So that's it for this clip, and I'm going back to making it look like piles of rubbish. Right, final little clip. I've had to pull this camera right the way back to get this beast in. So I've done everything now except for putting the water effects in, and the actual weathering of everything. Everything is, all the groundwork as I call it, is now done. So I'll move you from side to side. Just excuse me while I drag the camera down. Let the camera focus. Starting on this side, we've got all the hardcore and rubbish in down underneath the bridge. I don't know if we can see that. And that ping was the spring on the extension arm. I managed to get all the rubbish and that all done. If we can get any closer. Like I say, I've just got to do a little bit of weathering on these bits of metal just to make it look like they've been damaged. Find a pointy stick. What I am thinking about doing, cool size of that pointy stick, is in here somewhere I've got I think it's a 75mm anti-tank gun, and I'm thinking about having it sort of with a barrel out the water, half the shield out, buried in there. I'm only thinking about that, depends how big it is, because it should be here in the next couple of days, so depends how big it is when I assemble it, if that goes in there or not. That's not for definite, but I've got a sort of like a visual thing in my head of the barrel sticking out of the water with half the gun shield and the water going past it, which I think might work. So I've done all the rubbish underneath, as I call it. I'm going to go ping again with the camera focus again. This side here, pull you away. I've finished the steps. Everything's nice and new. Because I want to do all my weathering first, then I'll do all my bullet holes and chipped corners, because the weathering would have been there first and then this would have been damaged afterwards, so I'm going to roughly do it that way. I've done all the planks, how I'm roughly going to put them in. There's going to be sandbags and probably some ammo boxes up underneath, because here I want to try and get in here is a 20mm 4-barrelled anti-aircraft gun, but I want that sort of like dislodged and facing down, or whichever way fancies it. And then I want part of the sandbags that were actually round it to be taken away and used up underneath here as supports, because they would have used whatever was going, I suppose. Well, put it this way, I would, you know, if I was putting that up, I would be grabbing the first thing closest to me, and if it was sandbags and ammunition boxes, they would be rammed underneath it, because at the end of the day it's let's get going. So that's going to go there. I've got a little idea for down here. I don't know, I'm going to put these bits in first, but I've got a German motorbike, so I don't know if to do it sort of crashed over the side here, but we'll see. I can't really say about that, because I might end up swamping it with things. I don't want to do that, but there could be nothing there, or there could be a motorbike in there, or there again, it's going to be one of them things I'm going to stand back and just think about. I haven't done no damage to the railings yet, not until I start doing the bullet holes and that. I've done a bit of crater work there that's been hurriedly filled in so they can get transport over. The whole of the bridge has been greened, olive drab, and it's had its light coat of for the wood effects, like new wood, so that runs all over there. There is going to be ropes on here, but that'll be all the finishing touches. And then right over to the far side, there's one big crater hole there that's been filled in. A lot of this you're not really going to see. It's a shame really, because I am pleased with it. Yes, I am pleased with it. But a lot of the vehicles are going to be covering it, and I've got the gun tractor with a Bofors gun to go on it. I'm not too sure about the other vehicle yet. I'm thinking of the Bren carrier, maybe with a £6 anti-tank gun towed behind it. So it's going to be watch this space, what's actually going to go on it. But all in all, I'm quite happy. I think it's going to be will look good once I get the water effects in. So I am quite pleased the way that the rubbish has turned out. Yeah, pleased about a pile of rubbish. It's stupid, isn't it? But there you go. That's life. I've just got a few reeds down here. I'm going to probably put some reeds and bits and pieces, barbed wire around this section here. More barbed wire this side, up here. I've got plenty of it. I've got a little bit in it which you can't really, it's not really defined, but it's there. You can see a lot more, you can see a lot as normal, you can see a lot better with the naked eye than the camera. The blocking underneath the bridge, I've got some different stuff. I'm not too happy with what that is, so that might be replaced by next time. But genuinely, that is it. That is it for this update. Now I'm going to be on weathering now for at least a week because I've got all this damn bridge to weather, and in hindsight I should have done all the weathering before I actually put it together. I should have just done it in sections, weathered it, then put it together, because it's going to be rather difficult getting inside here and getting it all looking right. But there you go, I'm up for challenges, you know me. And the actual woodwork as well, I wish I'd done that as well. On the next one I shall. It's like I said, this is just genuinely a springboard for the big one. And when I do it, I'm going to do a lot of things different. I'm going to cut this in well down. I'm also, a lot of it's going to be scratch built, because I didn't like the way this actually went together. And as it's going to be virtually the length of this diorama, the bridges, it's going to need some extra supports underneath. And these decks, I'm actually going to do them in wooden strips, because these don't look authentic to me. I don't like them. Give me a bit of wood. I think wood, if you use natural things, it looks right. But that's the end of this update, and I will see you at the end of next week, hopefully with it finished. But there will be a few kit reviews going up for next week, and well, I'm not going to call it a book review because everyone does book reviews. It'll be a catalogue review, so of some new models and new kits that are coming out, which I can't get enough information on yet, but I've actually got the catalogue with them in, so something to look forward to. Yeah, really look forward to. But there you go. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one.